好，Hello，大家好，我係 Monica，咁又係 Innovate for Future 嘅 Organize Committee Chair Lady，咁另外有 Kelvin Cam 佢哋係IFF2021嘅 OC members 嚟嘅，咁今日咧主要個活動都係用英文講嘅，咁但係中間譬如如果有任何人問題，都歡迎可能喺個 chat room 度去回答啦，再喺 chat room 度問啦、發問啦，又或者可能係去可以舉手嘅，各位係啦，咁都可以。事不宜遲啦，我哋開始先啦。Hello, welcome to the Innovate for Future online briefing session. Hi, my name is Monica, and I'm the chairperson of IFF2021 competition, STEM competition. So today we have I'm going to tell more about the competition details and also the chairperson as a chairperson, theme, rules, schedule, important notes, etc. And then we also have Justin, the IFF2021 champion sharing Claire.ai. He will be sharing about his entrance in IFF 2020. And also we have St. Paul Conference School ADHD Dreamer, who is the best overall innovation second and best healthcare innovation award in SVIC finalist showcase. Last but not least, we have Dr. Kelvin Camp to share the technical details that you can use to submit idea in IFF 2021. So welcome all of you. So this is the third annual innovation technology competition for Innovate for Future since 2019. It is actually an open competition of innovation and technology to inspire our young people in Hong Kong to create products for solving real-life problems, from idea generation to prototype development. So Hong Kong ETA, the Hong Kong Electronics and Technology Association, is the main organizer, where I'm from Youth Subcommittee. And we have premium supporting organizations, Silicon Valley Center Global Study from San Jose State University. About Hong Kong ETA Youth Committee, I don't take deep to it, but you can actually visit our website, hketa.org.hk, to know more about us. Now we have partnership with San Jose State University from USA. Our advisors are mainly from industry leaders and also from professor and also from different Hong Kong ETA members. This is our organization committee. I'm the chairperson, where we have different members as the youth members for the OC teammates. So let me go into the competition theme this year. So we all know we are suffering from the COVID-19 situation. So we set the theme this year as embracing the new normal with resilience. So we have three main subjects, which is the sustainability, well-being, connectivity. So you need to submit ideas for these three main categories, and the topic must be related to the topics that the competition theme. So make sure you are providing solution for the new normal. How we are going to have a better sustainability, for example, climate change, pollutions, etc. Well-being is more about health. So how you can help people to go through the new normal life. Also connectivity, how we are going to communicate with others. So the competition team mainly goes through three streams. Mainstream, one is the primary school stream. 我哋今年新增咗小學組 secondary school stream, 中學組別 tertiary school stream, which is the 大專組別 Students of each stream will pitch how to move human society forward with feasible innovation and products under our mentors' coaching and support in the process. So the tertiary school stream can be from Ivy, VTC, or university. So teams from tertiary school stream need to assign a team leader as a contact person. So you can from different university. For example, Hong Kong U, USC, and Poly, you can join as one team to join competition. Each team has 1 to 4 members. 中學組別. So the secondary school stream is mainly from 11 years old to 70 years old with 1 coaching teachers. And each team can only consist of 1 to 4 members. 最多係1至4個人. Each school may have maximum 3 teams. 每間學校最多3組. So same as the primary school stream, but please consider this year this primary school teams will be 9 to 11 years old, 9至11歲. And with 1 coaching teacher from the same school, 一定要同間學校嘅，由同一間學校嘅老師. Each team can only consist of 1 to 4 students, 要1至4個同學仔參加. Each school may have maximum 3 teams, 最多每一間學校有3組. 留意小學組別今次嘅提交個案咧，可以係用中文嚟填寫嘅。包括所有 YouTube 都可以用中文，所有嘅 application 都可以中文，但係中學組同埋大專組就唔可以嘅。中學組同大專組一定要係英文嘅，否則會被扣分。小學組用中英文都可以，小學組係不會被扣分嘅。IFF, this is different stages of competition. So mainly we have the registration period, which is now. It is actually open for team registration. So let me click on it, okay? We have the form on the page. You need to complete all the information in the form. For example, so each school, each team, you need to submit 1 form, okay? Each team 每一個組別必須要提交一份嘅 form 嘅，然後每一個組別只可以由1至4個人參加，由一個主要老師帶領。So idea submission, we will have the idea submission later for you to submit. 另外有一張 form 係做 idea submission 嘅，留意要有3分鐘嘅 YouTube. Please note that you need to submit 3 minutes YouTube video explaining the above ideas. 俾個 tips 大家，每一年都係啲 judges 淨係會睇呢個，主要係睇呢3分鐘嘅片，然後跟住就有你哋嗰啲 submission 嘅資料，然後就一直喺度俾分嘅。So give the tips for all of you. So you need to be very careful about the 3-minute YouTube video because this will give a very clear or core impression for all the judges to give you the marks. They will actually refer to your YouTube and while reading your notes or application in the application. So the top 5 teams of each stream, 每一個組別嘅頭5組都會進入總共15組，5乘3 15組就會進入 final pitch. So the top 5 teams of each stream will go to the final pitch and demonstration day. So 只有頭5組先會進入呢個final pitch 嘅demonstration day. So the total will be 15 teams 15組. So the team will be presenting for 10 minutes with 5 minutes Q&A. So this is the different stages. We are in the registration stage, which invites all of you to join. We have the online idea submission stage. We have online training videos provided. 我哋有好多 online training video 嘅，我而家準備 share 俾大家睇。Here we have the training. In the Innovate for Future. So all the training videos are there, including the social innovation, the cybersecurity training. So these 2 training is essential for you. Please read before the submission. Google Slides. So the online training videos will be provided. And also for each team, please, you need to submit the description and video. The top finalists will be selected by our mentoring team. Then it goes to the final stage. The final stage will be mentorship. Mentorship period will be provided for the top 5 selected teams for each stream. 總共15組會有我哋 mentorship 免費嘅 mentorship program for further prototype development and improvement. We will invite all 15 teams to join the final pitch camp demonstration day. 呢個要講多次啦，係啦。Important note: secondary school stream 同埋 tertiary school stream 一定要用英文填寫，or marks will be deducted. Secondary school streams and tertiary school stream must submit their application in English or must be deducted. For primary school stream only, can be submitted projects in written and spoken English or in Chinese. 小學組可以用中英文回答，亦不會被扣分，但中學組必須要用英文回答，就會被扣分。So this is the selected teams. You will go through the final pitch demonstration day, which will have 10 minutes and 5 minutes for Q&A session. The judges panel will be from university and also guests from industry. The top 15 teams will go over the pitch and demonstrate. 而今年仍然會保留 champion、first runner-up、second runner-up 同埋 certificate of excellence 兩組，即係話如果你入到頭5名，基本上你都可以有一定嘅獎項。Certificates of merit 5 teams。留意呢個係每一組都係嘅。So awards and prizes for each stream， 每一個組別都會有以上嘅prize and award。So event schedule and milestone. This is very important. So please register the team. Don't miss the deadline. The deadline is on January 28th, 2020, noontime sharp. 2022 noontime sharp. Oh, sorry. So this is the timeline. Please try to screen cap it if you have. You can. So November 1 to 20th January 2022, we will have team formation period. And for the final proposal submission deadline, it will be on 11th March. 3月11號係 final proposal 嘅 submission deadline. Mentorship period kickstart will be on March 26th, and final pitch cum demonstration will be on April 23rd. Each will be at Cyberport. 我應該會由 Cyberport 度提供資料。Judges guideline, very important. So innovation is this innovation feasibility, presentation, social impacts, and cybersecurity elements will be counted. This will be counted for the submission stage. Please remember to include the cybersecurity elements. 請記緊一定要有 cybersecurity 嘅元素，否則會攞唔到分嘅。So please make sure you need to submit the cybersecurity elements, otherwise the marks will not be obtained. So next, the final stage, there will be pitch and demonstration day. So these are the elements included, same as before. You can see, but we will care more about the implementation. This one. So we suggested to have a prototype to showcase. Oh, our mentors will coach you if you can join the final stage. So this is the previous IFF competition. I want to show the video. So let me show it. Oh, okay. Sorry. Let me share again. The global competition organized by Hong Kong ETA. We invited school teams and startup teams to join us.
Silicon Valley for Global Study is proud to continue our premium supporting role at Innovate for Future. Located in the heart of Silicon Valley for over a century, San Jose State University is committed to developing global innovators from around the world.
We are pleased to offer the champion, the winners of the tertiary stream, the opportunity to join our Cyberport Creative Microfund program. CCMF, the Cyberport Creative Microfund, is a program that provides funding of 100,000 Hong Kong dollar to let individuals to turn their innovation ideas into business plans or prototype applications during a 6-month period, after which they can then Further, join our incubation programs with an amount totaling $1 million Hong Kong dollar to let their commercial prototype application turn into something that is actually of a real product.
In the second year, we have secondary teams and also tertiary teams. We commit to continue IFF in 2021. We hope we can extend the scope to cover even primary school in Hong Kong.
Hello, my name is George. I'm from Armada International Limited. The reason that we want to support Innovate for Future is very simple. We believe in STEM. By exposing students to STEM and allowing them to participate at the competition, we hope they will develop a passion for it, and hopefully they will pursue a career in science and engineering.
Hello, I'm Teresa from Greenpeace Limited. I'm happy to be one of the sponsors in this event. Young teenager is our future. We have the responsibility and we should support them.
Hi, we are Team 2Givers and our project is ElderLive. ElderLive is the first free, simple, transparent and bilingual elderly home comparison in Hong Kong. So we hope that with this platform, Hong Kong people can get more information about elderly homes.
From our experience, practicing laughter yoga is a very effective way for all ages to relieve stress. That is why we have created the app Laughter Catcher to encourage everyone in Hong Kong to practice laughter yoga anytime and anywhere while maintaining social distance.
Driver drowsiness system is using the EAR. The passengers can know the drivers are drowsy or not. They can protect themselves immediately.
Our project is about the skin that can detect the temperature, location, and strength and roughness of the item, so that the disabled can control the surrounding environment and have a safer life.
So we realized that we can use the app to improve the conditions of ADHD kids. So we have made different functions aims to improve the conditions. At the same time, we realized that the general public has a lot of misunderstandings on ADHD. So we also provide a section for the general public to know more about ADHD.
Due to the world population increases and the food insecurity is becoming more serious, therefore we come up with this newly invented system in order to enable anyone with no agriculture knowledge or even no agriculture experience can perform agriculture work at anywhere.
We work on this project, it is because some of our family members is actually suffering from knee pain and which cause great disability to their normal life. And this knee pain is actually rooted from this disease, knee osteoarthritis, which is a very common disease in Hong Kong. And in Hong Kong, it's currently, there is 10% of the population suffering from this. So we hope to innovate something, for example, using AI technology to help this group of people.
Thank you very much for all the games.
Innovate for future! Yay!
So this is actually our previous very excited Innovate for Future competition. So you expected that you're going to present in front of the guests, and also you can have opportunities to showcase to your partners. So this is from 2019. So today I'm very happy to invite Mr. Justin Chen, co-founder of Clara Clinical AI Research, to share his experience in IFF 2020 as a champion. And also, let me invite Mr. Justin Chen from Clara AI.
Hello.
Justin?
Hello.
Yes, yeah, we can all see your presentation. So thank you.
All right. So, thank you for inviting me to this sharing session. And then, in my sharing, I would briefly introduce our project first, and then later I will share my experience throughout my journey in IFF to you guys. Okay. So in the first part, let me first introduce our projects that we have submitted to IFF last year, which is the all-in-one AI-based knee osteoarthritis management system. So basically, we are already a startup company, Claire Clinical AI Research Limited, and our vision is to solve clinical problems with artificial intelligence. Excuse me. Okay, so this is our team. So our team actually established last year in August, and we are actually a spin-out from the university and from the biomedical engineering department. And as you can see here, this is our team. So our team consists of a university professor, Dr. Zhenyi Wen, who is also our project supervisor and is also an associate professor at the Department of Biomedical Engineering. And Toby is our co-founder other than me. So he has also a strong biomedical background with medical, with some sort of clinical background. And for me, I am in charge of the R&D team, which is who is responsible for the development of the machine learning and the AI algorithms in this application. So throughout 1 year, after winning IFF competitions, we have also joined some other local and international competitions, and then we're so honored to also become the champions or become the winners of different types of innovation and entrepreneurship awards. Yeah, so we have also gained some recognitions by the society so far, and we have been interviewed by several media about our innovation. So let's get back to the main focus. So basically what we are doing is to try to use AI to solve some problems created by this disease, which is called the knee osteoarthritis, or knee OA in short. So it is actually a very, very prevalent chronic degenerative disease that is currently without any cure. So actually, in Hong Kong, there's around 10% of the population, especially for the elderly and the middle ages, who are very likely to be suffering from this disease. And this disease, besides causing pain and disability to the knee joint, it also threatens the healthy aging and the holistic being of the patients, which also could cause some higher risk for dementia and depression. And then we actually identified two major problems in the disease treatment of OA in the current clinical setting. So for problem one, we found that actually there's still lacking patient self-management supports during the waiting time for the patients in the hospital. So actually currently in the public hospitals, people have to wait for a long period until they can get to see the doctors and seek for their consultation. And throughout this long period of time, there's actually no other tools to help them or teach them how to manage their pain or their disability conditions. And for a second problem is that for doctors, they're still lacking a prognostic tool for this disease. By prognostic tool, it is actually a prediction tool which can forecast the disease development of knee OA. So currently, the doctors can only perform the diagnosis, but not the prognosis. So this leads to relatively poor treatment outcome and cause an inevitable expense of health costs, around 1.4 billion every year. So our solution to this is first, we introduce an AI-based an AI system that can perform knee OA prognosis as well as early detection. And secondly, we also design a mobile application that can
empower the patients to perform the self-management and continuous monitoring of their disease. Yep. So our AI actually like requires only a relatively simple clinical data from the patients to facilitate the detection and early prognosis at the community care, at the community level. So, for example, the demographic information, some of the symptomatic information, as well as their the history of certain related diseases, and then all these kind of information will be inputs to our AI system, and then this AI system will instruct the doctor, and then tell him whether this patient is of high risk or low risk. If this patient is of high risk, we can further refer them to the hospitals or some other specialized clinics for early treatment. Yeah. So we also have another more advanced version of AI to be implemented in the secondary healthcare, which are the hospitals or the specialized clinics, to help the doctor to better triage and to separate the patient into different queues for more effective treatment. Yeah. So this is also our mobile application, which mainly consists of three major functions. For the first one, we provide some highly personalized health tips and health educations for the patients to educate them how can they manage their own disease. For example, by performing some sort of simple exercise. And we also have a continuous monitoring system. For example, taking a videotape of how this patient is walking, and then our AI system will capture their motion, and then we analyze whether how is the rehabilitation process. And after this, we'll pass all this information to the doctors for follow-up. Yeah. Besides, the patients can also use our mobile application to perform the online reservation for consultation. And then we also open for some in-app advertisements of some related rehabilitation equipment, medical devices. Yeah, so our solution actually creates certain impacts. For example, for impact one, we enhance the interplay between the healthcare systems, especially for the community and the secondary healthcare. And for impact two, we also offer a better social protection by introducing our AI solution to the insurance company. They can actually provide their customers with a more effective risk assessment system for this particular disease. And then they can hence provide a more individualized health offerings and then more optimized pricing. Yep. So for impact three, so because our system provides NEOA early diagnosis, so it can effectively prevent certain irreversible knee damage at the late stage. So finally, our system also reduced the direct and indirect health costs, as well as promoting the holistic wellness for our users and the patients. Yep. So these are our connections. Thank you for. So this is the brief introduction of our project, and next I'm trying to share with you my experience throughout the IFF competition. Well, actually, IFF competitions has been a very a great experience for our team, because unlike other innovation competitions, IFF is actually a contest organized by Hong Kong ETA, which is by itself a large network that connects a number of industrial leaders in the field of innovation and technology. So therefore, we could receive so many constructive advice and establish connections with the industrial leaders of different backgrounds. So besides during the competitions, our mentor also provide us with technical supports to help us develop the prototype. And after winning the competition, IFF never stopped providing and helping us in bringing our innovation to the next level. So it has been my honor to be recommended to even more industrial leaders through their connections network and discuss with them face-to-face in different occasions. So all these sharing and discussions have been helping us developing our business idea and strategy, such as how to launch our product to the market more wisely. And for example, through Hong Kong ETA, I actually connect with peers and seniors in the medical technology field. So we exchanged our ideas and get to know more of the opportunities offered by the public clinical sector, as well as the market entrance strategies, like for example, the form of collaboration between the public like between us and the public hospitals. And finally, Hong Kong ETA also provided us with a number of opportunities to showcase our innovations. For example, we were invited to the showcase at the Hong Kong Computer and Communication Festival last August. And very recently, we're also given an opportunity to showcase at the Hong Kong TDC International ICT Expo, which is a very large event where we can meet different investors and different similar innovations. Yeah. So actually, Hong Kong ETA introduced some potential. They also introduced some potential B2B partners to us, like and those B2B partners are actually in a part of the ecosystem of the medical technology, where some of the potential downstream collaborations could be done together with us in the future. So all in all, this competition took our innovation to the next level into a real life application to be able to really help the people in our society. Yeah, so this is my sharing. And do you have any questions? If you do, you can ask me anytime.
Okay. Thank you, Justin, for your sharing. So feel free to ask any questions, or Justin will leave earlier. So if you have question, you can just ask, or you can leave you send email to us, and I will look forward to clarify Justin. So thank you, Justin, so much for the sharing. Maybe we will go to the next team. Let me share my screen. Okay. So we will be. Thank you so much, Justin. So for the next team, we invited ADHD Dreamer. So they are from St. Paul Conference. They received the Best Overall Innovation #2 in and Best Healthcare Innovation Award in Silicon Valley Innovation Challenge Finalist Showcase 2020。佢哋咧係去咗美國咧贏咗一個獎，贏咗兩個獎嘅。個獎品係 Best Overall Innovation #2 同埋係 Best Healthcare Innovation Award， 係喺美國直谷同美國直谷San Jose State University 嘅一個 Silicon Valley Silicon Valley Innovation Challenge Finalist Showcase 攞到得獎嘅。好啦，咁我事不宜遲啦，我可能 so let us invite ADHD Dreamer team the whole year. So I'll let you share the screen now.
Hi everyone, thanks for inviting us today, and we would like to share why did we participate in the IFF competition and our journey through IFF and also the Silicon Valley Innovative Competition. So I'll start with why did we join the IFF competition. It's because our teacher recommended the competition to us, and we found that the organizer is willing to put a lot of resources to the competitors. They allocated mentors from different industries to give advice for our products, such as our product and app. And our mentor actually gave us advice on what function and what page to add to our app. So it was a really great experience to learn from adults from different industries. And we also got a great experience to visit laboratories in Science Park and also look at some innovative products invented by other people. And we also got a great experience to exchange views with other teams from different schools. So we really recommend other people to join the IF competition. And now I'll pass the time to Janice.
And like after joining the competition, like because before the competition we have the idea of our app already, but like the prototype is not that perfect at that time, and so the mentors are really good and they just gave us a lot of recommendations and suggestions, and we just added into our app. And after maybe like few months, we have made a better prototype and brought this prototype to the competition. And actually, let me talk about something about what is ADHD. So ADHD Dreamer, and so actually ADHD Dreamer, it's an app like aiming to solve some conditions of ADHD kids as they face a lot of problems during their daily lives due to ADHD. And also another thing we want to help is that we would like the general public to know more about ADHD, because we know that improving the conditions of ADHD, it's not only like their effort, but also the effort of different people like teachers and parents. So our app is an like two-side platform and aiming to help both sides to improve and enhancing a harmonious society and community. And so we think our app like because of its speciality, like the topic is about ADHD, and so like we got an award in the Hong Kong IF competition. And after the competition, we gained a lot of opportunities. For example, we went to the annual dinner and we can present our work to different industrial leaders, and they also really kind and told us many maybe suggestions and advice, and we really gained a lot. And also we are also recommended to join the Silicon Valley Innovation Challenge, and this I will pass it to Andrew Chen to talk about.
So I'm going to talk about the Silicon Valley Innovation Competition. It's actually a competition that involves university students in the US, and we were actually the only high school student team. And through this competition, we got a glimpse of the brilliant and amazing presentation of different new startups, and we learned their business mindset and ideas with real-world consideration. For example, they actually had a really good business plan on yoga meditation and a building house company, and also a gym at home with really thoughtful ideas and a good business model. And there was actually a session where we could exchange ideas and views with competitors during the competition, and it was really useful, and we got to know different projects. And it was an eye-opening experience because we actually aren't really familiar with business concepts, and we struggled a lot of time for a long time prior to the competition. And we were really surprised that we got the awards. And we actually think that we were able to win because we had the actual prototype instead of just presenting business ideas. And this actually boosted our confidence to pursue greater improvements and achievements and participate in different other competitions and pitch at different places. So I'm going to open the floor for questions now. Yeah.
Do you have, so this is Monica. So do you have any any challenge during the IFF or SVIC?
I think with the biggest challenge we face during the Silicon Valley competition is because of the time zone. We actually stayed up for the whole night for the competition from, I think it's basically the whole night. And the other day we also have school, so it's hard to manage our our energy throughout the whole competition. And that's the biggest challenge. And also maybe technically, sometimes we do not know how to code or how to present our idea with different softwares or PowerPoints. We need to use some more innovative ideas. And we got our mentors and also our school teacher, and also we learned from other teams, and this helped us overcome our challenges.
Very good. As do you have any advice for the upcoming IFF teams?
I think the first is to think of a really great idea, because I think like in the two competition we won because of the great idea of ADHD, because like the market is quite large, but like looking like applications in the market to solve this problem. So I think that's why we will win. So yeah, you should like first of all think of a good idea, and also a good channel to proceed, like to present your idea. Like for example, we use an app because like app it's more convenient and everyone will have one and it can easily access by everyone. So I think you should like think of like which application will be better choice to present your idea. Yeah.
Okay, so how do you come up with your idea?
We actually come up with our idea because a teammate of ours, our teammate's brother had ADHD, and we tried to ameliorate his condition with this app. Yeah.
And also let me add some information for Andrea. It's because under the integrated education policy in Hong Kong, we actually had the opportunity to learn with other students who have ADHD. So we saw how some of them cope with the studies or socializing with other people, and we saw the difficult in their daily lives. So we want to help them to improve their conditions and also help the public to know more about why they had ADHD and how to help them at school or in society.
Oh, hello. Can you hear me? Yeah. I would like to ask a question because I'm curious. So after your Silicon Valley competition, right? So what are your recent development on the project? Have you developed it further, or yeah, any plans?
Like after the Circle Fair Innovation Challenge, we just continue to expand our project because like now it's COVID-19. So we add some elements in our app about COVID-19. Like ADHD kids face a lot of challenges during COVID-19 because medical centers are closed because of the pandemic, and so they do not have they cannot access to some some medicine because yeah, and their condition will be a lot worse. So and because our app is actually a behavioral treatment, and so behavioral treatment is also another treatment for the condition. So we just expand our app to include some conditions in COVID-19. And now we are like discussing with Yanoi Tom because like they also have a department also just solving ADHD kids problem, and we are now hoping to further develop it and publish to the market and helping the ADHD kids. So yeah, we will still continue. We will further improve our app.
Okay, thank you very much.
So do you have plans for doing for building your own startup, or because I think are you Form 6 or are you going back to university DSC this year, right? So do you have plans for further developing the startup ideas to like getting fundings or even make your own company?
Because like we are collaborating with Yanoi Tong, and this is our first step to continue our project, and because we are now like in some like we have many exams, so we're now not really developing right now, but we think after like these exams we'll continue to think our future plan. Yeah.
Okay, very good. So any question from the from the audience？ 請問仲有冇其他人有任何嘅問題？可以喺chat room 或者開麥都得。好， 好，如果冇問題嘅話，好多謝ADHD 嘅分享，ADHD Dreamer 嘅分享非常好。Thanks for the sharing from ADHD Dreamer. So next we will have so we are a little bit earlier, but we will have the technical sharing from Dr. Calvin Cam. So welcome Dr. Calvin Cam from IFF2021 OC members and also mentor. So Calvin, would you please share some of the technical sharing details that you would like to share with the audience?
Okay. Thank you, Monica. So let me share my screen first. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Very good. So let me in the next 10 minutes share with you some of the common technologies and tools that you may need, okay, to develop your application. So after you heard about the previous winners, okay, about their excellent ideas, how, okay, suppose that you come up with an idea. So how can you implement the idea? So I will categorize, okay, into the consideration into three aspects. The first one is the system platform. You know about coding, so the coding involves lots of platforms, languages, right? So in the first part, I will talk about some system platforms. The second part is about storage. With the increase of your complexity of your system, you may need to store things. So how you manage your storage about the data? For example, some clinical data, right? So it's quite crucial, okay, to store in the right place. The third one is artificial intelligence, right? It is quite common nowadays that we use AI to tackle some of the problems. So let me go over one by one. So for the first one, about the system platform. So actually in this competition, you are feel free to develop any of the platforms, okay? Using any of the platform for your application. You can make an app using App Inventor, maybe for the primary school students or secondary school students. You're not quite into some coding languages. You can also use App Inventor or Funkable to make excellent apps, okay? Or flapless app. You can just drag and drop, okay? And then you make an app, okay? But those, okay, high achiever, if you want your apps to be much more standard and much more powerful, you may need to consider some standard application, such as Adreno Studio, okay, or iOS native apps, right? Or if you want to have both stream, okay, iOS and Android, you can opt for using some Flutter or React Native, okay, style that you can write once, okay, and anywhere. So that's the mobile app. But maybe, okay, you can have a web app, okay, web portal, or some desktop apps. You may consider Python. Python is one of the most popular languages nowadays, okay? So people are learning Python, and even, okay, some AI libraries have Python version of it. So you may consider Python and have a nice graphic interface, okay? Or maybe JavaScript, okay? The JavaScript is also a very good languages, okay, to use in front end or back end, okay? So one of the examples that we frequently use is maybe P5.js. It's quite simple that you can build an application in maybe 10 minutes, okay? Very very easy, okay? Or you can build a whole web, okay, using HTML, JavaScript, and other framework. So this is the software. So how about the hardware? In the last few years, we received some application which make use of the hardware to showcase their idea. Okay, for hardware, okay, because it is tangible. Okay, you can really see it exists. So we have a common microcontroller like microbits. Okay, I think most of you know about microbits, right? So the microbits, although it's quite simple, it can perform lots of visualization. So you can see lots of LEDs, you can have buttons, okay? It can also connect to the internet as a IoT devices. So microbit may be one of your choices if you learn it at school. But for Arduino, if you want to go high, aim high, okay? So Arduino is one of your very good tool belts, okay? Because in the Adreno, so it's much more advanced, so much more shows or much more sensors that you can use. For example, if your idea involves some sensors, you may consider Arduino, okay, and then connect to the computer or internet, okay, to collect the data. So those are the microcontroller, which have the actualizer, okay, actual means the motors, okay, or the sensor. But if you want some AI elements on it, okay, for example, if I want to, for example, have a webcam that can measure you, okay, or measure the environment, okay, and do some analyze using AI, you may need some advanced tool, okay. Those Arduino or microbit cannot fit into this environment. You may consider using Raspberry Pi, okay. Raspberry Pi is just like a credit card size computer. It is the computer, okay, with CPU, lots of things, okay. So you can deploy your application using the Raspberry Pi, okay. You can connect various sensors, cameras, okay, or the display, okay, as a standalone device. Or if you want some AI, okay, for example, object detection, pose estimation, fall detection, okay, maybe you may need to use something called NVIDIA, okay. The NVIDIA, okay, is big chip company in United States, okay, which make GPU, okay, display cards, okay, AI components, okay. So if your idea involves some AI and you want to show it in hardware, so you may need to consider some powerful devices, maybe the Jackson, okay. It is just like the Raspberry Pi, but with the GPU environment, so you can easily deploy your application, for example, TensorFlow or PyTorch, the neural network model, okay, to the hardware, okay. So for the storage, okay, so how can you store your things? Of course, the simplest way is using a text file array. But of course, in a big environment, text file is not quite good. So you may consider some database from outsider. For example, in the App Inventor, you may consider using the TinyDB. If you use App Inventor, so you may need to store things. So they have a database that you can easily store things in a structural way. Or maybe you can use Google Firebase or some cloud services, which have the managed services in storing data, maybe the MySQL, SQLite, or something like this, okay? So you can always rely on them. And also, if you want some, okay, less management tool, okay? You don't want to manage the service, you may consider using ThinkSpeak, okay? It's one of the easiest, okay, IoT platform, which you can store the sensors like temperature, humidity, or other things, okay? Or the last one is the IFTTT, because if something happens, okay, for example, if you want something to trigger, for example, if you receive some signals from the hardware, so it will trigger some of the response, okay? So IFTTT is one of the service provider which you can connect two things together. So the last one is AI, okay? I think AI is now common nowadays, which you can use AI to perform lots of analysis, okay? So, but how we can apply it, okay, in our competition? For example, it can be very easy as App Inventor image classifier. So App Inventor, although it is quite easy, it have AI component in it. So I remember that in MIT, so they have an image classifier, which you input lots of pictures, okay? For example, you want to classify plastic bottle versus aluminum can, okay? You can collect lots of pictures and then put it to the image classifier so that they can learn it and they can export a model for you to use in the App Inventor. Or the teachable machine from Google. So teachable machine from Google is one of the easiest one to experience image classification. All you need is to collect the data. So you, for example, just like the aluminum can versus plastic bottle, so you take a lot of pictures or you grab the image from the internet, you put it to the teachable machine and it will classify for you. You can export the model to your application. Or, okay, there's some management service such as Google, Amazon, Microsoft Azure. They always have the API for you to use, okay? But for the high achiever, of course, you can develop your own model using TensorFlow or PyTorch, okay? Or even PostNet, okay? If you really want to do something like fall detection or some post tracking. And lastly, I want to mention about cybersecurity because in our competition, cybersecurity is one of the main elements, okay, that we want you to achieve. So, but what cybersecurity? It's two words, cyber plus security. Of course, cyber means internet. That's from the internet or from your network computers, okay? So it's called cyber. That means outside, okay? Surround you. Plus security, of course, what is security? That means your system security. So nobody can hack to your system, nobody can steal your data, or nobody can destroy your network such that you cannot connect to the internet or someone stole your user credential, okay? So that's for cybersecurity. For more information, you can always go to IFF webpage, okay, for more detailed video about what is cybersecurity. So I think that's my sharing. So let me pass it back to Monica for questions, okay, and Q&A.
So thank you, Calvin. 以下時間係 Q&A，我哋今日早咗少少，但係我唔知道你哋會唔會有任何嘅問題。So I'm not sure if there's any questions from you. So if you have any questions about IFF, please ask now. 唔知道會唔會有關於 Innovate for Future 嘅任何問題，可以用中文問都 OK。有冇任何老師？我見到有啲老師同埋有任何嘅同學會有問題關於呢個比賽。因為我 share 個 screen 嗰個 schedule， 可能講多一次，唔該。先等一陣。好，見到我個 screen 應該。咁係啦，主要我哋而家都係喺翻個網站嗰度咧，我哋會有晒所有嘅資料嘅。咁有任何嘅information 都係會根據網站上面嘅最新 update 嘅。咁好多老師會問一間學校會可以有幾多人、幾多隊參加啦。咁每間學校係可以最多係3隊嘅。留意咧，可以有1至4個同學。一隊有1至4個同學，而且老師係可以係一定要即係有一個主要嘅老師去負責咧，就係同一間學校嘅。咁留意翻我哋係根據歲數嘅11至10歲中學組，而小學組係9至11歲嘅，只要符合到喺2021年嘅9月1號即係去到9歲以上9至11歲咧，咁就可以參加㗎啦。咁關於個內容咧，記緊有一點咧，就係上年有好多人係個 cyber security 嗰度攞唔到分嘅，咁就會影響排名，因為個排名咧係好緊，即係都幾激烈嘅，個幾緊湊，可能爭1-2分就已經入唔到㗎啦。咁所以留意喺cyber security 呢一度咧，sorry， 我應該喺第一版啦，sorry 啊，第一版呢度佢有個比分嘅，比分嗰個 cyber security 即係關於任何網絡安全咧，網絡安全咧，好，應該做過。網絡安全咧就係有10% 嘅。咁呢一個咧好多時候評分比標準咧可能得0分、5分或者10分咁樣。有時啲評判見到冇咧就完全俾0分嘅。咁所以一定要有呢個元素啦。網絡安全即係譬如可以點樣保管你哋資料啊等等啊。我收到有個培僑小學嘅校長嘅副校長，咁你哋話一陣間嘅片段咧，可唔可以係分享翻俾朋友？咁呢一個以下我哋而家嘅片段咧，係將會擺埋喺 IFF2020裏面有個 training 嗰度，我哋會一陣間會擺上去㗎啦。咁你可以喺呢度可以睇翻我哋剛才嘅所有 presentation 啦。咁同埋剛才嘅一啲分享片段，我哋都會擺埋喺度。咁有啲咩問題都可以喺度揾得翻嘅，係啦，唔知答唔答到你問題？係啦，咁好都繼續啦。咁係啦，咁你留意一點咧，就係呢一度所有即係比賽咧，我哋係根據頭先啱啱講啦，係根據個歲數嘅分嘢嘅，只要達到歲數啦，同埋留意cyber security 嗰個比分嗰個，即係一定要有呢個元素咯。咁呢2點係好值得留意，因為已經搞咗第3年咧，都依然有人係攞唔到分嘅，咁就爭好少分就入到，即係直接入唔到去嗰個 mentorship 嗰度啊。咁另外咧，可以睇翻咧上年一個網站 IFF2020嘅喺度都 click 到嘅。 咁就會睇翻上年咧，其實有幾多人參加嘅，同埋佢哋都可以睇翻入圍作品嘅一啲得獎作品係一啲乜嘢內容啦。呢度都會有寫嘅，關於可能頭10名都有嘅。每一個組別，即係小學組同公開組，小學組同埋大學組嘅入圍組別頭5名嘅內容咧，個 project 咧都可以喺度揾到嘅。咁另外一啲學校啦，咁每一年都係好難先入到頭10名嘅。咁但係譬如都鼓勵大家參加，因為入到去 mentorship 之後咧，咁其實咧頭5名咧，其實就會有好大量嘅導師會去支援你嗰個 project，令到佢令到你個項目有進步嘅。咁所以每一年我哋都會投放，所以我哋同業界都有好，因為我哋本身係商會啦，而我哋有好多業界嘅支持者同埋我哋嘅會員啦，咁我哋就會邀請嚟到做我哋個 mentor 嘅。mentor 就會跟翻去由佢哋好多有啲有大學經驗啊，大學嘅教學經驗啊，甚至乎有啲教經驗就可以帶翻俾學生嘅 project 啦。咁呢個係所以我哋咁多年都好堅持去做嘅。咁另外咧，呢度有 IFF2019年嘅，咁你都會見到頭先我哋冇播到嘅一條關於中學組別當年2019年嘅一啲比賽片段啦。咁大概係咁樣啦。咁唔知做會唔會有啲同工或者老師會有啲問題？如果冇嘅話咧，我都可能 send 翻個我哋嘅 email 俾大家啦。咁send 翻我哋 Innovate for Future 嘅 email 俾你哋啦。因為 Kevin 而家準備緊，好啦。咁你哋如果有咩問題咧，都可以 send 去翻我哋嗰個 send 翻個電郵俾我哋嘅。咁我哋個電郵地址咧就喺呢度嘅。咁就係info@Innovate for Future。我同事而家都打緊 chat room 嘅。咁你可以 email 翻我哋啦。咁有咩問題就可以喺 email 度去問我哋。咁我哋會即刻答你哋嘅，係啦。好，咁到今日我哋做咗啲走啊，係啦，放啦，因為之前嘅 presentation 我有啲位短咗，咁都好多謝大家今日嘅參與先啦。咁希望啦，好希望你哋可以見到你哋嘅作品啦，因為每年都好興奮嘅做呢啲事情，即係 competition 嘅時候。咁我哋下次再見啦，多謝你哋啊，拜拜。拜拜。好多謝你先，咁我哋 end meeting 啦 ，thank you。